Aloha, my name is Christina and welcome to our Wana Rehab Series. Today we're going to be talking about toe and foot movement. So last time we used the hand to actually just like mobilize the toe. Today we're going to try to move the toe on its own, which is actually a lot harder than you think it's going to be. We're also going to be using a towel. So just grab maybe like a hand towel or a dish towel to use for some toe exercises. Depending on your surgery or where you're at in your recovery process, some of these exercises may or may not feel great for you. So just take any precautions that you need. So come on down and let's get started. We talked about the movement of the big toe. We've got flexion, pulling it down. We've got extension, pulling it back. We've got abduction, which is pulling it out to the side or kind of like towards the midline of the body. And then we have adduction, which is kind of pulling it in and across. It's very, very difficult to move it on its own, but let's give it a try. So we're going to try to do flexion and extension. I feel like it makes sense for me to just sit with my feet flexed. You can see what's happening with my toes. So I'm going to maybe think of like scrunching the toes forward. I'm going to be pulling the toes down, like flexing them. See how much movement I get in my good foot. And then you're going to be pulling the toe back. Flex 2. It's so stiff. Pull back. Flex 3 and pull back. Flex 4. So I was in the post-op shoe for 2 weeks, 5, but then I was dealing with Barbara bringing the bottom of my foot for like a month before that. 7. So depending on how immobile your foot or your toe was, will just kind of determine your range of motion. Oh, this feels crazy. One more. Back and then relax. Okay, I can feel my arch starting to cramp. Okay, abduction. This is probably the hardest one. So what we're going to start with is I'm going to move the toe out, kind of like I was moving my thumb. I'm going to move the thumb out. I'm going to try to keep it there. And then I'm going to move the thumb out. I'm going to release it. I'm going to try to keep it there and then it'll naturally close. So same thing with the big toe. I'm going to move my big toe. I'm going to try to keep it there and then I'm going to relax. Move it. Keep it there and relax. It's so much harder than you think it's going to be. Move it. 3. Keep it there. Relax. 4. So what we're trying to engage is this muscle right here. Move it. 5. Move 6. Move 7. The joint is not happy. 8. 9. 10, and then relax. Then we're going to try, I'll bring my other foot so you can kind of see what the movement should look like. We're going to try to move the big toes in and closed. So from here, I'm going to move it in, close. Oh, that's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. 2, 3. So see how much movement my right foot gets, 4, my right big toe gets. And 5, and 6. It's also just trying to connect your brain back to that area. 8. Okay, 2 more. 9. 10. And then relax. Okay, take a moment. Let's pull the big toe. So we are doing back and forth with back and forth with all 5 toes on each foot. Now we're going to try to isolate. So I'm going to try to, let's do this first. I'm going to hold the other 4 toes down. I'm going to pull my big toe up and then I'm going to relax. I pull it up and then relax. 3. See how much movement my right foot gets? 4. 5. Okay, I'm going to gently hold the big toes down. I'm going to try to lift the other 4 toes up and down. 2, 3, 4. We got it. 5. Okay. Without the hands, I'm going to try big toes on its own. Oh, that feels weird. For 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a bicep curl for your foot. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. If you need to hold the toes down, you can. Pushing my big toe down, I'm going to lift the other 4 toes. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 5. It's weird. 6, 7, 8. It's trying to isolate different muscles of the foot. Last one. And then relax. Okay. So depending on where you're at, we're going to try this. If you've dealt with an ankle injury, this is actually something we do with ankle injury as well, is what we're trying to do is work the bottom of the foot. So we're going to scrunch the toe in, or the towel in. Yeah. It's not going very far. So I hope you have a small towel. Ooh, I feel like this is maybe as far as I'm going to get. Okay, and then I'm going to push the towel away. Push, push, push. Maybe try to flatten you out. Push. Oh, that doesn't feel so great. Okay, let's try that one more time. I'm going to pull. So what I'm doing is that kind of scrunchy toe thing that we did earlier. Pull the towel. I'm concentrating really hard here. As many as you can get. This is where my towel sort of stops. I'm going to open it up a little bit, and then I'm going to push it away. So the hardest thing here is getting my toes to scrunch enough where I can get a good grip on the towel. Open, open. I feel like that's all I can get. Okay, so I know it's weird. We're trying these tiny, small, isolated movements for the big toe, for the foretoes, for the foot. Very, very strange. Keep working on these. These are going to be lifelong exercises that you can do. You want to get really, really good at this. This is going to help with walking, standing, and especially balance. Thanks so much for joining, and I will see you next time for some more toe and foot movement. My name is Christina, and I'll see you then. Aloha.